Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
A beautiful green campus with aesthetic red brick buildings. Welcome to MICA, the School of Ideas. Nestled in the outskirts of Ahmedabad, nature adds to the exclusivity MICA enjoys. For 26 years, students from all over the country belonging to varied professional backgrounds have come to study at MICA.
I'm an architect.
I'm from an IT background.
I've come right out of college into MICA.
I have an experience of about 2.5 years.
I have done my engineering from Mumbai and I've also worked for 3 years at Infosys in Pune.
I've done my BTech in biotechnology, and before joining MICA, I worked in the pharmaceutical segment.
Before coming to MICA, I worked in an IT industry for nearly 4 years.
Established in 1991, MICA has been known for its focus on strategic marketing and communication. MICA is the only institution where aspirants need to get through 2 entrance exams. First, one needs to qualify either CAT, XAT or GMAT, and secondly, the MICAT.
MICAT tests for creativity, out-of-the-box thinking and empathy. Because of this test and also because of our interview process, we just don't have a preponderance of engineers, which is the case in most business schools. We have a much more eclectic mix of people from humanities and the social sciences and commerce. Furthermore, the students think in unified ways, so they're able to combine creativity and analysis, conventional thinking and non-conventional thinking, and they're able to bring in a variety of perspectives.
Every year, the curriculum at MICA is updated according to the needs of the industry. MICA boasts on focusing heavily on making students industry ready. So what else inspires the students to choose MICA?
I chose MICA because coming from an engineering and research background, I was looking for a course that would tie the soft sides of marketing and the number sides of marketing together, and MICA is the only college that provides a specialization in marketing analytics.
When I wanted to do an MBA, I wanted to do it from an institute that could harness my strengths as an architect, because it's a completely different course from architecture, and I wanted to utilize the education and the work that I've already done, which is why I chose MICA.
I thought marketing was my calling, and then I realized that I have a huge affiliation towards FMCG products. So that's why I'm here at MICA to learn more about that space.
MICA was my priority because MICA inculcates culture, MICA inculcates people a lot in its curriculum. The curriculum that we had for the first term and the second term is very different from what I think other B schools, my friends, are having.
The number of group assignments we have compared to personal assignments is enormous. Like, I think the ratio must be between 3:1, which goes about to tell you about how discussions and form are very important compared to opinions, personal opinions.
They really prepare you for the world outside, because it's not just about the business, it's also about managing people, managing your time and managing other activities and keeping that balance maintained in your life.
Taking a leap in pedagogical innovation, MICA has replaced traditional ways of teaching difficult subjects through books with animated videos.
Let's unfire.
For complex subjects like research methodology, quantitative techniques, and marketing analytics, MICA has created animated content to teach students in more simplified manners.
Be equal to 60 ml. What we've done here in MICA is we in fact show visuals first, then talk about the concepts, and then eventually reach to the mathematics side of it. And that is essentially done with the help of animated videos that we are creating here for topics like mean mode median, for topics like hypothesis testing, sampling. So subjects which are supposedly difficult to learn, like research methods, quantitative techniques, or in fact even advanced marketing research, are being simplified with the help of these animations. And the best part is all this animation is generated in-house.
Another core module at MICA is semiotics, or the study of signs and symbols as elements of communicative behavior. Here, elements such as language, culture, class, caste, religion, etc. are used to understand the finer nuances of marketing and advertising.
Semiotics allows students to try and read cultures as texts and decode them. You work based on the idea that culture is something that manifests itself and circulates at any given moment to create or generate meaning. And meaning is therefore invested in a culture. Cultural research is something that I think a lot of industries across the board are waking up to the importance of. And that is something that we've got a little bit of a head start on at MICA.
MICA also offers a course called Imagining India, which is quite exclusive. This helps students have a wider perspective. The Fellow Program in Management Communications, or FPMC, is another unique doctoral level interdisciplinary program approved by AICTE, which is focused towards encouraging both fundamental and applied research in communication and marketing domains.
The fellowship actually represents a deep commitment, and this commitment and bonding is not just to our cohorts, it is also to the nation, to the fields of branding, strategic communication, communication for social change, marketing, and saying that India is going to have a better future very soon. And I'm sure this is reflected in the varied programs or exposure that we have had.
Yeah, Ganesh, thanks. Actually, I agree with you on that, because even when we talk about the intersection of subjects that MICA allows you to pursue over here, it's something quite unique, because every place and even over here we have professors coming very strongly from their discipline. So the kind of feedback that you get when you're working at the intersection is quite rich and it's quite authentic. Kuldeep, I think you have had something similar.
Yeah, when you mentioned about the intersection, so intersection is a key component of MICA's FPM program, because when we talk of two different disciplines of communication and marketing, then the amalgamation, the way FPM students are able to do amalgamation of both the fields, so that is quite amazing, and the exposure to different paradigms. So by being positivist person, I get an exposure to learn interpretive and the critical paradigm as well. So I think this is one of the most differentiating factor for MICA's FPM. What do you think, Shamika?
Thank you, Kuldeep. I think the differentiating factor is itself the course structure itself, and we get a whole term abroad as a foreign immersion, so we can immerse into foreign university where we can check possibilities, we can develop our thesis on the basis of international level, so we can actually take inputs from international scholars and we can develop our thesis statement, we can develop the area of research also. I think Niyati has some similar things to say about the coursework.
So what I feel is the most important differentiating factor for us as MICA's FPM is that we are regularly exposed to research colloquiums and conferences that happen in MICA every month, which increases the depth of our scholarship, and having national and international seminars as a part of our curriculum really exposes us to different scholars, their views, and how we can build or critique their ideas. So I would like to thank you all for joining me for this discussion. Great to hear your insights.
The research and consultancy cell of MICA, called MICA Minds, is another feather in the cap. They strive to create opportunities that fulfill the aspirations of industry, students, and the faculty through live projects and assignments.
MICA Minds basically brings a fresh perspective to clients who are looking at some new, fresh pair of eyes to look at their same problems and opportunities. Normally, clients are focused on solving the urgent problems without really paying attention to the important but not urgent problems. That's going to hit them in the next quarter. So here is where students come in and actually solve a lot of issues. We've had clients like Paperboard, Xiaomi, Uber, Tata Steel, Reliance, and so many others who have actually benefited from MICA Minds' expertise.
MICA is all about unleashing creativity and innovation, and therefore it thoroughly believes in the concept of liberal arts and freedom of speech and expression through art. These paintings and scribblings on the walls by the students are testaments to how important man is in the management for MICAns. There's never a dull moment in the life of a MICAN, as the Institute keeps them busy through a host of activities all year round. One such activity is the MICA Leadership Series, which brings about perspectives of thought leaders to the MICAN community. The Industry Connect and Interface also reflects in their governing council.
Industry participation also starts for us from the admissions process itself, wherein we have industry representatives on the interview panels, which helps us to spot talent which is relevant to industry. MICA was the first institute, possibly the first institute in India that started a digital communications management specialization at a time when most other institutes just had an elective or two.
Students are also exposed to understanding the evolving dynamics of rural industry, and so MICA has tied up with partner NGOs and government agencies to study these markets as part of its Rural Immersion Program.
We prepare students for rural immersion in terms of pre-departure phase, where we organize workshops for students to understand 3 subject areas. One is ethnography. How do you go and understand, as outsiders coming into rural areas, what is the rural community and composition? What is the history of that region? And how do you respect the culture of rural communities? Second subject area is marketing, understanding what are the brands that rural people feel comfortable with, how different brands are promoting themselves for rural customers. And please understand, in India, a majority of customers are still living in rural areas. So rural markets are extremely important for a business management school such as MICA.
MICA has also positioned itself on the global map through its Global Immersion Program. This involves bilateral interactions between the faculty and leadership of MICA and prominent global universities for exchange of knowledge and building partnerships.
We have 21 committees here on campus, which all come under MCSA, which is the MICA Council for Student Affairs. So we have a lot of committees ranging from, say, your team interface to we have committees like cultural committee to a literature committee to a sports committee at MICA. So we have people learning something new at every different level.
MICA वानी नाम तो सुना ही होगा 90.4 FM कमारा बोल हरिवानी.
Started in 2005, MICA Wani The college's own student-run community radio is the voice of MICA. MICA Wani's major endeavor has been to make a distinct impact in the lives of 4 nearby villages through effective communication.
Today we were trying to do was to create and curate content along the lines of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, which was launched by PM Narendra Modi.
The sports committee at MICA, also known as SCAM, helps students kick their stress away. Equipped with the best sporting infrastructure and an inexhaustible sports calendar, SCAM truly keeps its game face on throughout the year.
I entered, I did not know anything about football. So, and I can tell you that I've played tournaments in MICA where I've actually been the captain of the team and we have won. So that's the degree of importance that MICA gives to sports. And there are multiple sports that a woman can actually play here. So we're looking at football, basketball, volleyball, throw ball, and table tennis, lawn tennis. And moreover, MICA also experiments with really unique and quirky sports like ultimate frisbee. We actually go to IIM Ahmedabad and play it every year.
The MICA gives the students the opportunity to take part in inter and intra-college activities both. So we have also had initiatives like hostel wars and football matches between hostels, and being a member of the football team, I've also taken up initiatives to coach people who are not very well trained in football, who want to learn.
The hostel life at MICA is just fabulous. I have never been in a hostel. Over and above that, I've stayed in a boys' school. So I had never expected this to be such a journey where I was a little apprehensive at first when I thought of sharing my room with someone. And but after I came here, once I met my roommate, once I spent a few days here in the room, outside in the hostel, there were so many traditions that started building. So many things that when I look back now, I just couldn't live without. You know, the doors are always open, and there is always someone outside who you can just go up to and talk about anything. The ideologies of people are so simple and at times very similar and yet very diverse. So there are 60 different boys who live in this hostel, and you can just go up to and talk to anybody for different opinions, and yet there'll be someone who'll be feeling exactly the same way that you are.
For any elite institution, one of the major strengths is a strong alumni base. The MICA Alumni Association functions to strengthen the bond between the institute and its alumni for a mutually beneficial relationship. MICA alums are at the helm of decision-making at media, FMCG, advertising, and other corporate sector companies.
MICA was extremely good because, you know, the various allied functions which happened in advertising, like your print production, your film production, filmmaking, creative agency briefing, for example, what has to be the consumer behavior that we are targeting. These are facets that we were actually taught, which will not be taught in any other college. No other B school, for example, ever go into those facets. So therefore, what is the strength it actually gave us? It gives us a standing start when we went into the agencies. So when we went in, we were much more prepared.
I think MICA has, almost like a USP, which is really about a whole brain leverage system, which really means being able to use both your left side and the right hand side of your brain, and creativity and logic coming together to really solve business problems in a unique way. I would say that's one of the biggest things that I've learned out of MICA, and something that continues to help me in success in my career even today.
describe my experience at MICA in one word, it would be passion-driven.
Exhilarating.
An experience in itself.
It's a world in itself.
MICA एक एहसास है.
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.